Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye Beauty, and today we're gonna do a fall look. It's just, I was playing with some shadows the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, this would make the best combo. So I'm just gonna play with makeup, really. Nothing too fancy. Let's see if we can get even closer here. I don't know why the lighting is kind of weird, but this is what we have today. All right, so I don't have any moisturizer on. Let's see if I can get some more hair to go back. I should have a blush video coming up soon. I finally got my act together there. I should have Halloween decorating videos coming up soon. Okay, so we're gonna put some sunscreen somewhere. I don't really love the way makeup sits on top of this, but we're gonna try it again today. This is the Carpe Lasting Matte SPF Primer. I really like their setting spray, but their setting spray isn't super matte. It says it's super matte. I mean, it works well with my oily skin, like when it comes to staying power, but it doesn't make me super matte. The one size is probably the most matte. Oh no, my battery is already dying. All right, BRB. Okay, we are back. All right, I think I want to do a little bit of concealer here just to kind of prep, and then we'll clean up and do the face after the eyes. I don't do a lot of eyeshadow these days, but I'm getting back into it just a little bit, and I've been getting these like little whiffs of color combos laying in bed and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, clearly I need to do some more eyeshadow. So I want to use an old JD Glow shadow that is like this gold with a little touch of red. And so I thought we would do like a red, orange, gold look. I mean, it says fall to be kind of like fall leaves, I guess. Yeah, we'll call it that. So maybe we'll do like a green on the bottom, because sometimes, you know, red can make, where did that go? Red can sometimes make us look a little sick, so you do have to play around with it a little bit, especially with my complexion. When you have a lighter complexion, that red can truly make you look sick. So we'll play around and see, but I think maybe like fall leaves could be what we call this look. Still using my Photo Focus Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. I really need to get one of these for my kit. My old eyeshadow base is just like dried out. I did get some other things recently for my kit, and if you guys want to see like what my current kit looks like, let me know. I'm still on the hunt for a few more things to update, but yeah. All right, so I'm gonna start with the Club Nebula palette, which is the Angelica Nyqvist and Kaleidos collab. We have a very similar like aesthetic. If I were to pick a bunch of colors for my palette, it would be like the deep colors would be very similar, like this red, this deep blue green. But we're gonna do this red, this orange, and then that gold on the lid, and we'll see how that looks, and then we'll decide if we want to do some sort of green on the bottom. I'm gonna start with the crease, which my crease is very hard to see. Maybe we'll zoom in even. Yeah, so my crease is a little hard to see, but we're gonna start with the outside with this. It's called Red Giant if you have this palette. And because I have a very hooded lid and I'm 43, I do need to play around with where that crease is. Like when my lid is relaxed, you can barely see that, right? So this is my crease here, and this is above the crease. So I do need to go slightly above the crease. This makes me want to do a halo eye, but I'm not. I'm gonna stick with this reddish purple here on the end, and then we'll blend some orange in. So it's not as red as I wanted it to be, but I think we'll just blend that orange and then go go from there. I do have a more red palette. We could maybe add that as like maybe a transition here, red and then orange on the inner. Let's maybe play with that a little bit. And I'm just gonna use the same brush for the red to kind of help blend. So that's the reddish purple, that's Red Giant. And maybe I have a little something left on my brush and that might be why, but it does have a little bit of purple tinge. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the ice cream palettes by BH Cosmetics. I almost got rid of them and then I didn't, thank you Jesus. So this one is the Sweet Shop Cherry on Top. And this also has a very deep red, but this one is definitely leans more red, less purple. But I'm gonna use, what am I gonna use? Tarte. I'm gonna use Tarte to kind of redden up. I don't know, we're just playing around, guys. There's no right or wrong here. This is starting to look a little pinky, so maybe I'll dip into the dark red in this one as well. Yeah, that helps a little bit. I mean, I guess purple does fall into the fall leaf situation. So we're just gonna make sure we're doing the same thing on both sides here. Tippy tapping, not overly blending, but you know, a good brush will really help that out. All right, so mostly even. So I am gonna get a different brush now and dip into that orange in the Club Nebula palette. And this one is called Seamus, or Samus. So remember, this is just the base for the gold. And the gold will honestly have to lift up a little bit, like above the crease of my eye to be able to see it. So I do have to do my eyes a little differently. So I'm using this in the inner portion of the crease, and then I'm also using it to buff out the edges of the deeper, darker colors. But I do think I want to get some of that purple. It's starting to look a little too purple for me. So let's see if we can play around with that cherry on top color again. See if we can get a little bit more red in there. Or is that's just making it more purple, which is great. I think I'm gonna add this black cherry shimmer here on the end, just to bring some red in, and then we'll do the gold across that and then on the empty spot. Oh yeah, way better. This is starting to look a little vampire-y, but I think once we add the green and that gold, it'll look very much like fall leaves. Okay. Super pretty, super pretty. I'm gonna look so good going to the gym, okay? All right, so the color I'm gonna use from JD Glow. Mondays are starting to be like my catch-up day, where I catch up on anything that I was not able to do over the weekend for real estate. I think I'm gonna start using Monday as like my post day for my vintage items, that kind of thing. Cleaning, doing laundry, like truly a catch-up day. That way it's set in my schedule to where I'm not feeling guilty about not having as much work to do. Anyway, not that that's what you asked about, but I think this will also be my like do videos day, because it just tends to be a little slower work-wise on a Monday because we tend to do so much of our work over the weekend. And like things build up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday kind of thing. So not to say I don't ever have appointments on Mondays, but you know. All right, so the JD Glow this one is $365. This is the Galaxy collection. JD Glow does not exist anymore. She has rebranded into something else. I always forget it, but if I remember, I'll put it here. These were huge pans, huge pans. And there is this, like it's gold, but it's a red gold. So we're gonna use this. I'm gonna start with the finger Yeah, I think this is what really keeps it from looking more vampire. And I'm gonna play around with this a little bit, so, you know, we're gonna blend and place colors where we think they need to go and fix things when they've overlapped too far. Remember, like, when you have a hooded lid, like, you really have to play around with, I mean, you know, unless you don't care that you can see things when your eyes are open, but for me, my eye being open, you don't really get to see a lot of the really beautiful colors. So definitely something to practice and play around with. I don't think that, you know, every tutorial is for every eye shape, and not that I'm doing a tutorial, but I do feel like, you know, when you learn makeup, they're like, all right, put this in the crease. All right, well, what does that really mean? Because, you know, my crease does not look like your crease, and like a cut crease for me is pointless. All right, so we're gonna lift this kind of high here, and then I think I'm gonna do more of that red here. And then we'll do like a deep green. Okay, that's turning out to be pretty. So let's play with that red. Back in the BH Cosmetics palette and kind of replace that. Oh yeah. Definitely fall leafy. You know, not here in Austin, but hopefully you guys get some beautiful fall leaves. Okay, I definitely feel like we need to do some green underneath. I think I want to do, keeping with this Kaleidos palette, is mix these two Queen of Blades and maybe this brighter green here. Not entirely sure, but let's just play around and see. Actually, I think I might do the Queen of Blades and just maybe a cool green shimmer. Or maybe like a neon green in the waterline. Okay, yeah, that kind of grounds it a little bit, which, surprise, green is grounding. Who would have thunk it? Okay, yeah, I think what I want to do is put this gold, like bring the gold down around this green, and a bright inner rim green. And we'll definitely have a lot to clean up here. And I'll try to show you even closer what this looks like. Maybe I'll do a little looky on my phone. Let's see, what other green could we do? I feel like these are too... I have this green yellow, which is one of my favorites from JD Glow. I don't feel like that's very fall, that's very spring to me. Or we have this one, so maybe we touch that one. And that one, oh, this is Give Me Glow Emerald City. So we'll add a little bit of that shimmer here. Okay, I'm loving that. I'm gonna finish up this eye, make sure I love what it looks like, do the other one, and I'll be back. Okay, we are all done. All I did was add, in my waterline, I did ColourPop Cream Gel Liner, Wild Idea Multi-Chrome. Can't really see my inner corner or my inner rim very well. And then I tried to add the LA Girl Pastel Dreams in Magic Mint. So I kind of combine these but you can't really see my inner rim very well. At the top, I just did a very, very, very cheap, like I think from the Dollar Tree, LA Colors eyeliner and brow pencil in black. I don't really like to line the top of my eyes very much because it bleeds onto my lid. So I basically put this between the lashes. For my lashes, I did the e.l.f. dupe for the Thrive mascara, and this is their tubing lash extender mascara. It's freaking amazing. This is something I can actually put on my lower lashes. I did some spot concealing with some concealer. I did powder, and then I did the RMS blush called Maiden's Blush. It's the RMS Redimension Hydra Powder Blush, and I'll talk more about this in my blush video coming up, but it's definitely a rosy bronze. Definitely kind of looks like a bronzer with just a little rosy flush there. And then for my lips, I did a tiny, 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 tiny bit of the Lip Cheat by Charlotte Tilbury in Deep. I think this one is Intense, Pillow Talk 3 Intense. Mostly buffed it out. Did a little teeny tiny, now this doesn't even exist anymore, of course. Of course, the Hollywood Lips. It's the Charlotte Tilbury liquid lipstick in Too Bad I'm Bad, and then I blotted most of that off and then just did like a clear gloss. So very much a kind of a stained neutral lip. My glasses are so dirty, but let's zoom out. Okay, so this is the first look of the season. We got our fall leaves. I'll put a picture here of what it looks like in natural lighting. I do have some zitty zits coming in recently because of I did an uptake in my Tretinoin. So that's bringing all those babies out. Oh, my eyebrows. I forgot to talk about my eyebrows. I did a mixture of, because I'm kind of running out, the Thick It Stick It Brow by NYX in Taupe, which is definitely the cooler version, and then the Revlon Colorstay Brow Fiber Filler, which I love the little bitty brush on this, in Blonde. And I kind of mix those together. So my brows don't have too big of an impact today, but I did want to fill them in just a little bit. Anyway, I hope to have probably 2 more fall Halloween looks coming out, just like for everyday makeup. I mean, this is not my everyday makeup, but you know, not like special effects kind of makeup. So anyway, let me know down below if you enjoyed this video, if you are doing anything fun this Halloween season, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.